Hi guys, my name is Maya and today we're going to talk about Deep Look, 4 tiny romances that are almost too freaky to share. So let's get started. We get it, dating is hard. From meeting the right special someone, to getting to know them, to avoiding immediate death, the bizarre romantic lives of these 4 tiny creatures sometimes end in strange and tragic ways, especially for the praying mantis. When it comes to hooking up, a male mantis has a good reason to fear commitment. Well, this mantis is at the top of her game. All summer, she's been bulking up to grasshoppers and flies. They're called bordered mantises. Ambush hunters cloaked by camouflage, some green and some brown. And check out these forelimbs. They're lined with sharp spikes, almost like a couple's extra set of jaws to grab her prey. They serve her well. But summer is coming to an end here in California's Owens Valley. The one thing left for them to do is start the next generation. She sends out a chemical signal, an alluring cocktail of pheromones into the air. The male one, this guy, picks up the message. He's way smaller than she is. Simply outclassed when it comes to strength and deadlines. Well, here we are. Whoops! He makes his move to pass on his genes. And, that's one way to go. She eats him whole. And he's not the only male to meet his end this way. Every single one. So why would the praying mantises do this? Eat their own kind in a rather intimate moment? Well, we simply don't know. Seems like they won't last long as a species. It takes a ton of energy for females to produce their eggs, so about 100 of them developing inside her. She'll lay them in a foamy cluster like this called an oocyte. So the male fueling the survival of his species, nutritionally speaking. When they hatch in the spring, there will be plenty more mantises to replace this one. And these bordered mantises aren't going to live much longer anyway. They can't survive the cold autumn nights. So males might as well take a shot. But that's a really bad way. Aw, this time it works out. He delivers a kit of sperms to fertilize her eggs. And there. No more eating involved. But each time it's a serious gamble. Either you die or you pass on your genes. It's a huge risk to take. But yeah, that didn't go so well. But wait, look. He's been dissipated, but his body is still moving. It's like an autopilot, a kind of zombie mating machine. It's been controlled by nerves in the mantis's abdomen and can still get the job done with another female. In fact, males who successfully mate and get eaten in the process may father more eggs than those who get away. Well, while it may not really seem that way, this guy may be the ultimate winner and the primal guest to pass on his genes. Next one. These crusty little animals actually have a pretty wild sex life, and yeah, Finding a date is hard enough in San Francisco, especially tricky when you're stuck to a rock in the middle of the bay. Oops. Still, acorn barnacles don't get encouraged. These crusty little animals actually have a pretty wild sex life. Oh. Ooh, that one's working out. Oh. Sorry, just not my time. At low tide, each one is sealed up inside its own miniature fortress, shielded by a ring of armored plates. The two central plates press together to form a watertight seal, so they don't dry out in the open air. So they're ready and waiting for the tide to rise so they can get down to business. And now, as the tide has risen, first they need to freshen up a little bit. Open sesame! And the barnacle unfurls 8 pairs of delicate feathery legs called cirri, in which they use to absorb oxygen from the water. You freshen up. The legs filter out plankton and debris churned up by the waves, bringing the catch inside the mouth. It may not look like it from the inside, but beneath the shell, it's easier to see that barnacles are crustaceans related to crabs and shrimps. After a nice meal, it's ready for some action. The little barnacle gets loose the longest penis of any animal, relative to its body size, of course, stretching out to 8 times the length of the barnacle itself. And its penis has skills. It can taste and smell when the tip can feel around, probing to see which neighbors have ripe eggs inside. Oh yeah, oops. When it finds what it's looking for, the barnacle delivers sperm to fertilize these eggs. From a long tube. Barnacles aren't actually prudes. Pretty much everyone is fair play, because they're all hermaphrodites simultaneously male and female. Sometimes it's one-on-one. Sometimes more. So they're both reaching out to each other. Barnacles are nurturing parents too. They hold on to their fertilized eggs and protect them till they hatch. These baby larvae are called nulpli. This is a young barnacle's chance for adventure. They roam the sea, searching for food and growing. As they can survive long enough, the barnacle larvae mature into cyprids. At this stage, the barnacle doesn't eat. The cyprid's only mission is to find the ideal spot to glom onto before it starves. Having survived the trials of use, the barnacle settles in. Now it's time to get to know their neighbors. Swipe around their claws. How far would you go for love? California newts make an epic journey back to the pond where they were born. Check it out. Oh. Life is a struggle. Sex, death. It's true across nature. It's especially true for a newt. Most of the time, California newts live quiet, hidden lives in the forest. But every winter, the newt can live for 20 years. They experience an uncontrollable urge. It's called a water drive. They leave the safety of their burrows to go and mate. They began the treacherous odyssey. Whoops! Looks like you have to try again. A migration back to the pond in which they were born. Not everybody survives. It begins with a hormone called prolactin, the same one that helps women produce breast milk. In newts, prolactin sparks a need to become aquatic. Water could be miles away, like 3 miles. That's the equivalent of 36 miles for you and me. Scientists don't know for sure, but some think newts use their sense of smell to help guide them, or sense of direction. That's just my thinking. And they have one real defense against snakes hiding in the bush. Their skin is covered in poison strong enough to kill a person if you ate one. Yellow Eyes and Billy tells predators to stay away. But poison isn't always enough for newts. Many never make it. As they move towards water, the new skin starts to lose its bumps and becomes smooth. Their tails flatten into fins, and their amphibian bodies transform from terrestrial to aquatic to prepare for mating frenzy. The male newt bulks up. It grows thick pads on its feet, perfect for clamping on a female. The word is emplacius, Latin for embrace, which is one word for it. Newts can stay like this for hours, days, or even 2 days. Woo, let's go. They don't leave without each other until the dawn. Result, egg clusters that females lay in the pond. So many eggs that newts sometimes eat for a few extra protein. And these babies have 20 extra chances, so it's pretty a lot. The ones that survive will grow into larvae and will stay in the water for several months, transforming into adults. In the fall, they'll leave the pond. And then, if they're lucky, they'll come back here again and again and again. Or at least, they'll try. If you love learning about wildlife, so subscribe to my daily videos. And so, bye!